Hi, everyone, and welcome to our first week in Introduction to Life Science. This week is a little different than the rest because we have two modules this week. So the week 0 module includes an introduction to the course content and also an opportunity for us to get to know each other, a couple opportunities for us to interact with each other. And then the week 1 module is going to cover some initial course content. So if you take a look at the week 0 module, the first thing we have in here are learning objectives. I want everybody to spend some time looking at the syllabus and also the course structure, and I'm going to ask you to integrate that knowledge into a work plan for the semester that you're eventually going to send to me. I also want you to take a look at the syllabus and structure, kind of look around the course in Canvas and see if there's anything that doesn't make sense to you and give you an opportunity to ask questions about that. There's also a bunch of student support pages in the week 0 module and a page about laboratory safety. And then there's a couple of opportunities to communicate with each other using Canvas tools in this week 0 module. Those are towards the end. So on this page, you'll find a video about navigating our course in Canvas, a bunch of Canvas guides. These are the resources that Canvas produces to help students get to know how to use the learning management system. There's information here about editing your account in Canvas. A lot of that can be done through this account tab over here. That's important because that's where you can add a picture of yourself or some kind of avatar so that we see something that represents you when we're communicating with you in this online environment. There's also a bunch of notifications in Canvas that you can see on your account tab, and those are important because that's where you choose when you want to be notified by Canvas. I would highly recommend that you select to be notified about grades and also about assignment comments. These are ways that I try to give you feedback about your work, and I think a lot of students tend to miss these. But if you choose to be notified when you receive this information, then you'll always know and you'll always be able to see those comments both in your email and then also in the Canvas gradebook. So those are some Canvas tools. The next tab is just some information about how we'll communicate with each other. We're going to have weekly discussions where you can communicate with me and your peers about course content. Each week, I'm going to make a video and a course announcement that serves as a weekly overview to get us all on the same page. I'm going to be leaving you a ton of feedback in the Canvas gradebook. It's a really important way that we are communicating with each other. So here's some Canvas guides about the gradebook and receiving that feedback. I will at least post one announcement per week. The weekly overview will post Sunday morning. Sometimes I'll also have additional announcements or reminders later in the week. You can always come visit me in my office hours. Those are on the course homepage. They're Monday and Wednesday from 12:05 to 2:35. Email and the Canvas inbox, those are other great ways to communicate with me. And then there's also ways that you can interact with your peers. You can send them messages through the Canvas inbox, or you can use Pronto. We also have a student lounge in this class, and that's another way that you can interact with your peers. So this class is unique because it's an online laboratory class, so you're going to be doing some simulations, some data analysis, and also some hands-on activities. You're going to be doing some field work where you go outside and collect some ecological data. So I want you to watch this laboratory safety video. Here's some information about the material safeties for some of the materials you'll be using in this class. And then finally, there's a course safety waiver that I need everyone to fill out. . This is something that I'm asking you to send to me by the end of the week. Here's some tips about learning strategies. I've gone through each of the different components in our class and kind of described how I hope they will contribute to your learning. And then here's some resources just about learning strategies in general. If you get stuck with technology, here are some COS resources, and then other resources to help get you on track. So if you get stuck with technology, there may be some resources to help you on the technology support page. Here's some student support services, links to student support services at COS, including our Academic Success Center and Basecamp, and then also our student access services and other services available to COS students. This is a more interactive component of the Week 0 module. This is a class discussion where we're going to get to know each other a little bit. I'm asking you to tell the class 5 things that you want to accomplish in your lifetime. Please do this by Thursday. And here's some nuts and bolts about how you post a response, how you post a reply in a discussion. And then I'm asking you to respond to your peers by Saturday. The last thing I have here is the grading rubric, so you should have a good understanding of why you received the grade you did on this discussion. So initial post due Thursday, final post due Saturday. The last part of the Week 0 module is this making contact assignment. Basically, I'm asking you to make a statement that you thoroughly read and understood the syllabus. This is an opportunity for you to ask questions if there was anything in there that you didn't understand. I'm also asking you to write a paragraph about how you plan to spend 12 to 15 hours per week working on this class. I'm hoping that this paragraph shows me a good understanding of course policies and the syllabus, and also a good understanding of how the course is formatted based on what you see in the syllabus and also in Canvas. Finally, I'm looking for an electronic copy of the completed liability waiver attached to this message. So this is going to be a private message that you send to me in Canvas using the Canvas inbox. Okay, moving on to the Week 1 module. Now this is more typical of what you'll see in a weekly module. So it's starting with a content page, and it has tabs. So the first tab is the learning objectives. So as you read chapter 1 in our textbook, keep these learning objectives in mind. It also has a list of terms to know. So go through this list. If there's anything on here that you don't know, any terms that you don't know the definition of, I recommend that you make flashcards. And then here are some additional resources to help you grasp some of the specific content from chapter 1. The next thing in the Week 1 module is our chapter 1 laboratory. And this is a hands-on lab. Part 1 is a hands-on lab that's going to be, you are going to be looking at the impacts of increasing salinity concentration on the germination of a plant of your choice. You are going to need some supplies to complete this lab. So here's a list of the materials that you'll need. As a reminder, there are free laboratory kits that include these supplies at the COS bookstore. You are going to make salinity solutions ranging from 0% pure water to 3.6% salt. Then you are going to soak paper towels in these different saltwater solutions, and then you're going to place seeds inside the folds of a paper towel and then place them in a Ziploc bag. You will then monitor the germination of those seeds over 6 days, and you'll also use a ruler to measure the length of the sprouts that form. I want to be really clear that for this week, all you need to turn in is a picture of your setup. You do not need to have 6 days of data collected. You will need to have 6 days of data collected by the end of next week's lab, because next week I'm going to ask you to graph the germination and seedling growth data sets. Here's some questions for you to answer about the experiment. And then I'm asking you to create a study table that relates to Chapter 1 content, and then also create a diagram. Many of our labs have these study tables or diagrams, and you will often see these concepts in the short answer questions on your exams. So these are to help you get ready to do well on those questions. So this is where you will turn in the lab materials. So everything that you create for this lab will be submitted here. Specifically, what I'm looking for are the answer to those questions about the salinity and germination and seedling growth experiment, a photograph of your experimental setup, so the seeds germinating in the bags, and then your study table about the properties of life and your organization of life diagram. This is all due by Saturday at the end of the day, so Saturday at 11:59 p.m. The week 1 module also includes an ungraded practice quiz. There's no time limit. This is not worth any points. You can take this up to 4 times. This is here to help you make sure you understood the material from Chapter 1 and also that you're ready to take the graded quiz, which is the final component of the week 1 module. This is worth 10 points. It is timed. You have 15 minutes to complete this, and it is due by Saturday at the end of the day, so 11:59 p.m. Okay, so this week is a big week. We just started, and so we have some sort of housekeeping stuff, just getting to know the course in the week 0 module, and then we're diving into Chapter 1. Please let me know if you have any questions about this material. I look forward to hearing from you in the making contact assignment and also getting to know you in the discussion. Have a great week.